Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a really important exploration.
We are. We're looking into the vital support initiatives available to South Asian families across the UK.
Exactly. We've gathered insights from various sources, including a really enlightening discussion with a key community health advocate.
hmm
And our mission really is to pull out the most crucial bits of information on how these communities are supported and maybe why some things work so well.
It's such a critical topic. I'm really keen to get into the details of these support systems, see what impact they're actually having.
Okay, let's get into it then. Our sources point to some pretty unique challenges that South Asian families often face here.
Yeah, things like language barriers, for instance.
Right, or, cultural stigmas, especially around things like mental health, which
Mm.
can be really tough to talk about openly in some contexts.
Definitely. And that, unfortunately, often leads to gaps, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Disparities in healthcare, education, social support.
Yeah, families potentially not getting the help they need.
But what's really interesting is how organizations are tackling this head on.
How so?
Well, take the South Asian Health Foundation. They're not just, generally promoting health. They're creating projects specifically designed with cultural context in mind.
So tailoring it.
Exactly. Offering services in different languages, maybe incorporating traditional views on wellness, sometimes even getting community elders involved to sort of build that essential trust.
Okay, so that's the big picture. But it's the specific programs that really make a difference on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are some standout examples, particularly in health and well-being?
There are some really powerful ones. For mental health, the DEA peer support group by Mind in Harrow comes up.
Peer support, okay.
Yes, and it works because it draws on shared experience, that bicultural understanding.
Right.
It creates a genuinely safe space, which, can be more effective than some traditional therapy models.
Which might miss those cultural nuances.
Precisely. Then there's Roshnigar in West Yorkshire. They offer culturally appropriate mental health services, one-to-one counseling, group therapy, mainly focused on South Asian women. Again, the key is that cultural understanding woven through everything.
That's really significant. So moving beyond individual health, what about family resilience, social support? What's helping families stay strong?
Yeah, family support is absolutely central. You've got places like the South Asian Family Support Hub in Birmingham.
Okay.
They focus on collaboration, delivering services that really resonate culturally, helping families build that strength.
And are there initiatives for more specific family situations?
Yes, definitely. The Asian Single Parents Network is a great example. It specifically addresses the unique challenges faced by single parents from South Asian backgrounds.
Like isolation, maybe?
Exactly. Combating isolation, building community connections, understanding the specific pressures they might be under.
It does make you wonder, though, especially with sensitive issues like domestic abuse. How do organizations effectively reach and support victims within these communities? That must be incredibly difficult.
It requires immense sensitivity and trust. Culturally informed support here is, well, it's absolutely crucial. A lifeline, really.
Hmm.
You have organizations like the Akshana Network. They offer confidential counseling, refuge services, specifically for women and girls affected by domestic violence and other harmful practices. They understand the courage it takes just to seek help.
And they provide that safe space.
Yes. And similarly, Kiran Support Services offers free, confidential advice and support for South Asian women and children experiencing domestic abuse, helping them navigate really complex situations.
That's incredibly important work. Now, if we kind of zoom out a bit, what about cultural initiatives themselves? How do things like heritage celebrations help with integration and community building?
Oh, they're vital bridges.
Hmm.
Take South Asian Heritage Month. It's, much more than just a celebration.
Right, it's educational too.
Exactly. It educates, it promotes that intercultural chat, helps build social cohesion by letting everyone learn about and appreciate the richness of South Asian cultures.
And any others?
Well, the British Asian Trust is doing fascinating work too. They aim to unlock potential by maximizing support from the diaspora itself. So it creates this really strong link between heritage, identity, and community development.
So, bringing this all together, what does this mean for you listening right now? I think it really highlights how important it is to not just understand, but actively support diverse communities.
Yeah.
These initiatives, they're not just services, they're about building bridges, aren't they?
Hmm.
Breaking down stigma, creating spaces where people feel properly seen and heard.
Absolutely. I think the core message that comes through is, we really need to recognize and champion the diverse needs of South Asian families
Mhm.
and do that through initiatives that are genuinely rooted in cultural understanding,
Yeah.
because doing that helps build stronger, more inclusive communities for absolutely everyone.
So here's a final thought for you to maybe mull over. Beyond these formal programs, how can just fostering a bit more cultural understanding, a bit more empathy, right, in our own neighborhoods, our own interactions, how can that contribute to everyone's well-being, building on some of the things we've touched on today?
Hmm. Really important question.
Thank you for diving deep with us today.